Hello guys, welcome back to this channel. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel. Here in today's update on Twist of Fate is about Sid and Prachi's marriage, and during this process Sid and ranbir will switch places, and thereby ranbir will be the one getting married to Prachi and not Sid, and the family won't be aware of this process. And after the wedding is being taken place, the family gets to know that ranbir was under the veil and not Sid, and Pallavi will be very angry and she will start to question the whole of the family member. And Shahana, Hari and ranbir, we have no other choices than to reveal the truth about Rhea and Alia's plan about kidnapping Mika. Don't forget to watch the video to the end to know more about what happened in the episode and how Rhea and Alia is being exposed for good. Love you all. The episode starts with Sid coming to ranbir. Ranbir tells him that Mika is safe in the hospital, though she is critical, but she will be fine. He says, I will make everything fine. Sid asks him not to go. Ranbir says, Mika is safe now. You shall send me to expose Rhea and Alia. Prachi comes here and asks Sid if ranbir knows where is Mika. Ranbir says, you have no right to ask me. Sid tells ranbir and Prachi that he is getting Aryan's message that everyone is searching for him. ranbir and Prachi don't hear him and look at each other. Sid thinks he shall go back. ranbir says she shall say sorry rather than showing her eyes. ranbir says you do mistake and I shall apologize. ranbir says it was traumatized for me to see you agreeing to marry Sid. Prachi says I was helpless and didn't want to separate a child from his father. ranbir says you should have told me or given me hints. Prachi says if you have trusted me then wouldn't have asked me to go and marry Sid. He says you have done a big mistake by hiding this from me. She says you have done a big mistake by not trusting her. She says, how do you think that I will marry Sid? ranbir says you were standing with Sid and asks if brother and sister do this. Prachi says I already see Sid as my brother and says if you have trusted me then wouldn't have doubted me. Sid come there and show video to ranbir in which good and standing at Mika's side in the hospital. ranbir says I will not leave them and turn to go inside. He goes inside and asks Rhea and Alia when will their bloody game will end. Pallavi asks where was he? ranbir asks, since when I had important role in your plan? Alia thinks Sid told him everything. ranbir says I came to learn your planning, plotting and torturing. Pallavi asks, what are you saying? ranbir says I came to know about their plan. He asks Prachi to go ahead and tell everything about their plan. Shana comes in front of them in bridal attire and says your husband is with you and asks her to tell the truth. Rhea asks to be quiet. ranbir tells Prachi that if she stays silent today then they will accuse you. Alia is about to call. ranbir snatches phone from her hand and says no drama today. Sid snatches phone from Rhea and says no more game. Vikram asks ranbir to tell. ranbir says this story starts from Prachi and my relation. He says Rhea and Alia had problem with our relation and that's why they plan to get Sid and Prachi married. Sid never wanted to marry Prachi, so they conveniently kidnapped Mika and threatened Sid that they will kill Mika if he doesn't call Prachi's baby as is. He says they have sacrificed. He says Prachi didn't know Mika but decided to sacrifice her relation with me to save her. He tells that Rhea and Alia are talented and manipulators. Look how she's crying. Rhea says he is crying. ranbir says it is good that I found her, else you would have got her killed. Rhea shouts. ranbir tells Pallavi that he was naughty child in childhood but he has never lied. This is his quality. He says he is not lying. Rhea says you proved your point, now it is my turn. She takes knife in her hand and says whatever you are saying about Buji and me, you are lying, and says if you say anything wrong against me and I swear that I will cut my hand. ranbir says cut your hand. Rhea says I hate lies. ranbir says I hate you. He says you call her manipulative, characterless, bad, etc. and says all this word can be used for you. Rhea slits her hand and falls down. Prachi holds her. Rhea says I can clarify but I thought suicide is more good as you will be responsible for my death. Alia says I will call the police and will get ranbir arrested. Rhea says you don't have him in your hand, so how can you get him? She says even if I go away from this world then also I will not let you unite with him. She closes her eyes. Prachi shouts. It turns out to be Prachi's imagination. Prachi imaginations end. She shouts. Sid asks, are you okay? ranbir asks what happened. Prachi asks him not to go inside and gives him swear not to go inside. She says go to the hospital and bring Mika and DNA report of Rhea. She says if we don't have Mika and report, then we can't expose them. Ranbir says I will go and bring both and asks Sid to promise that he will not let this marriage happen. Sid says even if I die, I will not let this marriage happen. Ranbir tells Prachi that she shall keep all answers ready. He will ask her. He lives in car. Prachi asks it to come from other side and says if we go together then people will know. Ranbir stops his car and asks it not to go to the mandap and comes outside. He says he is returning. Sid removes his turban and go outside again. Ranbir comes back and asks it to check his phone and tells that he has messaged him and all the details of Mieka's hospital. He asks him to be with her and fight for her. He asks him to entertain him and be at his side until he returns. He says I will not let get a good chance again to marry Prachi. He says he will come there. Sid leaves. Ranbir thinks from where to get a similar clothes and thinks to check in his room. Rhea asks Aliyah how Mika was rescued and taken to hospital. Aliyah says she is trying to reach her men, but they are not picking the call. She says Bablu has gone there with his wife and sent me the pics. She says it is good that we came to know everything before Sid plays the game. The groom comes in Shera. Rhea goes to the groom, thinking him to be Sid, but he is Ranbir. Ranbir hears her and sits on the mandap, thinks he will marry Prachi now. Shahana is sitting as bed and thinks, God, please don't get me married to Sid. It was okay if I had married Ranbir. Pandiji asks Prachi to keep her hands on groom's hand. Ranbir realizes it is not Prachi and he peeps inside her veil and sees Shahana. He asks, what is she doing here? He asks her to go and send Prachi. Shahana says she has no problem to marry him. Ranbir says he has problem. Shahana tells that Prachi made her sit here. Shana gets up from the mandap suddenly and goes inside. Bablu and the goon look at Mika and comes out of the wall to go out. Bablu tells that he has seen Mika here and called and asks Aliyah if she freed her. She says nobody will come to take her. They go outside. Sid comes there and gets emotional seeing Mika. Mika asks him to take her home. Sid makes her sit on wheelchair and takes her out. Shana brings Prachi there. Prachi doesn't know that Ranbir is sitting as groom and thinks to waste the time. Rhea asks Prachi to sit. The wedding is completed. Prachi and Ranbir finally get married again. The groom is asked to open his veil. Everyone is shocked to see Ranbir under the veil. Pravi asks who among the family members was aware of Ranbir marrying Prachi instead of Sid. Shana, Harian and Dida raised their hand and says they knew that it was Ranbir under the veil. As Pallavi questioned Dida who told her the truth, Aliyah interrupts and says it is not important now as Ranbir and Prachi are already married. Rhea erupts in anger and destroys Prachi garland, announcing that the marriage is invalid. Ranbir asks Rhea to destroy everything as she will never be able to destroy the love between Ranbir and Prachi. Ranbir says he and Prachi themselves cannot break their bond and are bound to be together, accepting that there were misunderstandings between him and Prachi. Ranbir says that he will only love Prachi till his death. Prachi stares at Ranbir lovingly as she says that he sees and thinks of Prachi even when she is not around him. Aliyah stopped Ranbir and asked him why he did not say anything when Prachi and Sid's marriage was being decided. Ranbir replies that he was not aware of the fact that Aliyah and Rhea had kidnapped Mika then. Aliyah says that she is not interested in answering such a nonsense question as Ranbir is making up an imaginary scene. Shana asks Rhea to stop lying and says that they spotted her at the hotel, clearly where Mika was kept as an hostage. Aliyah asks Shana not to talk in the middle and proceed to slap her, but Prachi stops Aliyah's hand and says that Shana is a family. Ranbir calls in the two goons who were in the hotel and they say that it was Aliyah who asked them to kidnap Mika. Seeing Rhea nervous, Shana asks her if she knows the goons, to which the goon says that they had kept her hostage for money. Aliyah tries to deny all the accusations but gets silence as the goon shows the call record where they spoke with Aliyah. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to drop a comment in the comment section. I will do well to reply all. See you on my next video. Bye bye.